Hello, by 2 Angel Wings here, just doing my 1 week update into Blight League. Playing solo self-fan using the Caustic Arrow character still. Haven't got anything too new to drop, mostly just the same. I did my first red maps, and then currency tab. I did get 2 more Corrupted 6 links to drop, but they weren't great, so I just sold them for the Divines, and then mostly just doing that. I was up still at 7 chancing pages trying to get the quiver, still haven't got it. I just barely got Fall Grace and Fall Discipline, so I'm leveling those up, gonna be using those. But waiting on this character, probably gonna start up another one. Don't know quite what I'll do yet, but thinking about that just till I can get the Soul Strike quiver, just because it makes a lot more of a difference now, and now that I actually have Fall Grace and Fall Haste, that would, or Fall Grace and Fall Discipline, it does kind of cover up that weakness. But if I was in Trade League, probably would have been fine, but I probably wouldn't recommend this build for solo self-found, just because you do need both the Vol Gems and the quiver helps a lot, as long as being able to craft more ES on stuff. I'm still using ES boots and gloves, and if I could also get better stuff, then that would make a bit of a difference. But also saw Yoji's new video about farming for vanity cards, and so I just wanted to kind of go over that because I decided to go for it, because I'll probably use my Corrupted Tabula on whatever my next build is. I think I'm planning on going a summoner, but I haven't figured out how that turned out. But kind of just wanted to go over all the contrasts between vanity and humility. Had some ideas about it, so just wanted to share them with you. So for farming humility, there's 2 main ways to do it. There is the Blood Aqueduct right here. You just run it back and forth, killing all the monsters that you fight. And then there's the channel map that recently has been in white map area, which is pretty good. There is, and then how you get the vanity is you do vol side zones. The easiest way to do it is just constantly resetting the tunnel. When you go into the area for the tunnel, if you have a vol side area, it's just right off to the side, so it'll just be right here. So you pretty much sit here and constantly reset the zone over and over again until you get a vol side area, and then you go and run it and then come back and continue resetting. And the other way to get fall side areas nicely is with sacrifice fragments. If you put one in the map device, then a vol side area with 6 portals will appear. You can go run it, and it's like that. And the difference in cards, they're both 9 card sets. This one gives a Corrupted Tabula, this one does not. So if you wanted to double corrupt it, you would have to go with Humility. But Vanity's nice because you can never destroy your tabula, because it already comes corrupted and it will never be rare or anything else like that. And so I was just going to go over some of the pros and cons, the different things. So Blood Aqueducts give you the humility, and then doing the Vault Side areas also lets you do the Cataclysm, which is a 13 card set. I got 2 of them. I have 3 in total because I had 1 extra when I did my vanities, so it would take you quite a while, but getting a couple of those cards is pretty nice. I believe they're valuable in Trade League, but I play in solo self-found, but I don't know too much. But they are something that is always nice to pick up. And then for when you do Blood Aqueducts, you are going to find a lot more of whatever the league mechanic is, because you are doing the full zone. When you're resetting the tunnel, you're only going to be able to do it if it spawns next to the waypoint, which it has done a couple times for me. And then if you're doing using the sacrifice, you're never going to ever find the league mechanic, because you're just going directly into all side zones. So if the league mechanic is really rewarding, then Blood Aqueduct is probably where you want to go. And then certain of the other league mechanics that were from the past, like Bestiary, I've found out that I've found a lot more Bestiaries doing the tunnel, because there's a high chance that they spawn just right above the portal, and lots of the times it was a pack of like 2 or 3. A lot of the time, I think like 4 times I got 4 beasts just to spawn right above the portal, so I could just walk over and get all of them. It was actually pretty fast. I was surprised about that. And then if you ever want Sulfite, you're going to have to do Blood Aqueduct. Neither of the other ones found them. I don't think Sulfite can spawn next to the node because they had problems with that in the past, so they moved it farther away. For Betrayal, you're going to have to do Blood Aqueducts because it can spawn next to the tunnel one, but I only had it one time the entire time. So that was pretty small, but if you need Vol skill gems for your build, like how I needed Vol Discipline, Vol Grace, if you're doing like Vol Rain of Arrows or something like that, you'll get a lot more of the Vol gems if you do either Vol side areas from the tunnel or with the sacrifice fragments. And then one of the cool things you can do is if you have 7 Vol gems and 1 sacrifice, you can actually sell them for a Vol orb, so you can be able to Vol your maps later. So like that, you got 2 of those. Because you can always use those, so if you're doing it later date, it's probably a little bit better to do the Vol side zones, so you can at least get that in case you get a lot of Vol gems you don't need. And then experience wise, you're gonna get a lot more experience in Blood Aqueducts than Tunnel, just because you're not killing monsters when you're resetting the tunnel, where you spend lots of the time doing Blood Aqueducts. But you actually get the most experience I found from doing the sacrifice fragments from the map device, because it's a level 70 zone where Blood Aqueducts is 61. So you're just killing a lot higher level monsters. And then I found you can get the vanity cards about the same speed for humility if you're resetting tunnel, but it's just a lot faster using the sacrifice fragments and the map device that you can collect all the cards, because I farmed about the first half with the doing tunnel, and then I did the second half with the vanity, and it took me about half as much time. So I think overall you're going to get, if you do both the tunnel and the map device, once you've got a bit of them, you're going to get your vanity cards a lot faster than you're going to get humility cards. But what I think my overarching conclusion is on it is that Blood Aqueduct's really good if you have a super fast clear build, like anything that can just clear and you can just run super fast, keep a Quicksilver up the whole time. I think that's going to be the best chance for them, just because you're just straight on killing monsters and you get to spend the whole time clearing. I think the tunnel strategy is good for slower builds, which can't keep up with the fast builds doing Blood Aqueducts, or builds that need Vol skill gems, just because you're gonna most likely get your Vol skill gem by the time you do it, where you don't find very many Vol side zones doing Blood Aqueducts, but you find enough that maybe if you only need one and it's not too influential, you can just do Blood Aqueducts if you're fast. And I think for doing the Vol fragments for the map device, I think that is the best way to get your Tabula Rasa. It just requires investment, so you need to have sacrifice fragments from either doing the tunnel or something else first, like corrupting your maps and grabbing the sacrifice fragments from them. And that also requires you to use your sacrifice fragments, so you can't fight Adziri with it. So if you're needing Adziri, then you might want to just stick to tunnels. But that is kind of my summary on that. And then we'll see what I get by turning in my vanity cards. Got less cold damage taken. Okay. But, yep. So, that's my summary on that, and I will see you guys in the next video.